talk to drummers all the time. I speak to them. I've had literally over 3,000 one-on-one conversations with drummers face-to-face on Zoom. The thing that drummers tell me every time I ask them, what have they been doing to try to get better? They tend to believe that they have to get good at play all the rudiments in the world to play better drum fills, chops, or solos, or that they have to be able to read music, that they have to be able to play polyrhythms, that they need to be able to have insane four-way independence to be able to play drum fills, chops, and solos, like playing odd time signatures, all this crazy stuff. It's interesting because when we actually dive deep into what they end up doing, they find themselves on social media, going from video to video, concept to concept, trying to memorize patterns, licks, exercises, hoping for that next magic bullet that's gonna finally unlock things for them. You may learn these patterns. You may learn a pattern here or a pattern there. Maybe you're actually able to get it down in the practice room, but never able to really like use it whenever you want. And so what ends up happening is they get stuck and they are on this hamster wheel of patterns and what's the next pattern and what's the next chop and what's the, oh, I'm gonna work on this and I'm gonna work on that. But I wanna ask you a question. Do you think your favorite drummers who are all playing with freedom, the ones that you follow on Instagram, the ones that you admire, do you think that what they're doing is thinking about patterns while they're flowing like that? You think they're going, ooh, I'm gonna start off with a right, left kick pattern, go into a paradiddle diddle, come out of that with a triple radamacu and a hertz off the first tom to the snare, and then I'm gonna play triplets around the toms, and I'm gonna play doubles on my kick, and then automatically crash on the downbeat of one. Like, do you really think that's what's happening? No one's doing that. No one's thinking that way. So why are you trying to memorize drum licks thinking that that's gonna be the answer? I'm here to tell you it's not, and this is what you should do instead. There's a video, it's on YouTube. Back in the day, it was on drummerworld.com when I was in high school, and it was a drum battle between Vinny Colaiuta, Dave Weckl, and Steve Gadd. And I remember watching this back when I was a senior in high school. I was a TA. I was supposed to be helping out with whatever the teacher needed help with, but I did nothing but watch drum videos all day in that class every day for an entire semester. Vinny Colaiuta was like my favorite out of this drum battle. I was just like, man, I love Dave Weckl. I love what Steve Gadd was doing, but Vinny Colaiuta had my attention like the rest didn't. I watched it and I would be thinking to myself, how is he even remembering all these licks that he's playing? Because it just, to me at the time, it felt like he was not playing anything twice. It was always something new and fresh. It was always something incredible. And just, how do you get to that point? And as I got older and I got better as a musician and I continued to listen and my ear got better, I realized that he wasn't playing 100 different things. The reality is he was probably playing only 5, 6, 7, 8 different things. But he's able to mix and match the vocabulary in a way that you can't tell that it's the same thing. And in fact, you can even argue that it's not the same thing because he placed the same thing in a different context. Therefore, it has a different meaning, it has a different connotation, it even feels different, even though when you're looking at the sticking or you seeing what's happening, it's the exact same thing. And so if you're not playing with the freedom that you want right now, it's because you haven't mastered the core 4 techniques at the level that you need, and you don't have the creative freedom or the creative frameworks that you need to be able to take advantage of them without memorizing drum licks. So you're probably wondering, what are these core 4 techniques? Very simple. Single strokes in both hands, double strokes in both hands, double kicks in the right foot without needing a double kick pedal, and then linear patterns, which is basically just singles and doubles between your hands and feet. And I know that you're probably like thinking, well, if I can already play singles and doubles, I can already play doubles with my right foot. Cool. Like, you probably can. But the thing is if you're not playing the drum fills that you want with ease and without overthinking, it's because you haven't mastered these techniques at the level you need to play with the freedom you want now. And that's the issue. So for all the drummers out there who feel like you need to master all 40 rudiments, what are rudiments? Think about this. What are rudiments? They're just a combination of single strokes and doubles. That's it. You could take the paradiddle, you could take the 6-stroke roll, and when you write it out, you're gonna have a combination of single strokes and doubles. You're not gonna write out any pattern that's not a combination of single strokes and doubles, whether it's between your hands and your feet, or whether it's just your hands, or whether it's just your feet. And then when you look at crazy 4-way independence, guess what that is? That's just the core 4 techniques happening with all 4 limbs at the same time. And then there's the coordination of doing it. That's it. And so if you are struggling with like a weak left hand if you're a right-handed drummer, or a weak right hand if you're a left-handed drummer, and you can't play ghost notes, these are the things that you wanna look at. Number 1, is to make sure that you've mastered the core 4 techniques at the level that you need to play with the freedom you want, because without it, you will only be able to play to the level that you have mastered the core 4 techniques. Number 2 is you need to understand like creative frameworks. Because once you have the technique, now it's like, what do you do with it? How do you play these chops? How do you play these patterns? Sure, I can teach you a pattern. There's hundreds of them on our YouTube channel, just like there's millions more from other channels, but you're still not playing with the freedom you want. That's a clear sign that the patterns alone is not the thing. But what you need are these creative concepts, these creative frameworks that allow you to be able to move freely around the kit. And like, I don't have time in this video, I've already talked your ear off, to like dive deep into these creative frameworks. But what I want to tell you, I want you to pay attention to that when you listen to a lot of your favorite drummers, even the ones that blaze at incredibly high speeds. A lot of the times they're not playing 1,000 different things. A lot of the times it's the same things over and over again. It's just a part of their vocabulary, and they have frameworks that they use or that you can at least dissect out of, like we have. And we give these frameworks to our Shed Camp Club members, those who work with us in our Shed Camp Club. They actually get these frameworks laid out for them. So once you build the core 4 techniques and you add these creative frameworks, there's nothing you can't do. If you take nothing else from this video, I want you to go do the exercise and listen to the video. I might even link it in the comments here. You guys can go watch the video of the drum battle. It's still a super dope drum battle. When you listen to it, ask yourself, how many times did I hear that phrase? Oh, he went to that again. Oh, he went to that again. Like, if you're paying attention, if you listen closely enough, you will start to see the similarities and how, like, oh, they're not playing 1,000 different things. You could take one pattern and you apply these frameworks. You can play an entire solo with 1 to 2 patterns, and people won't know that it's like just these 2 things. Now, if you are a drummer that's like looking for help on how to be able to increase your core 4 techniques, or to expand your skill level, or take it to the next level with the core 4 techniques, or want to dive deeper into the creative frameworks that you can use to actually take your drumming to the next level, then there's a link in the description. You can check out what we have going on in the Shed Camp Club. We work with guys who can practice, though. If you can't practice, if you don't have time to practice, if you're one of those guys who feel like, man, 30 minutes to an hour a day is just way too much time to practice, then the Shed Camp Club wouldn't be for you. These are for guys who really like they don't have to want to be superstars or want to be rock stars or touring all over the world, but you just have to be serious about wanting to improve. And we know that to improve, you have to practice, right? And so, like, if you're not able to practice, we wouldn't even, try to have you in our program, because just nah. And that's it. I'll catch you on another video. Peace.